All right, guys, we are on site today with Miss Mickey McGreevy. Now, she is the enemy. She is an on-site property manager. She manages multiple properties, multiple oceanfront condo resort properties in Myrtle Beach. Now, do you also extend to North Myrtle Beach?
We do. So we say we're from the south end to the north end of the Grand Strand.
Okay, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Yes, and she's going to spill the beans on all things property management from an on-site rental perspective. I know that most of you investors out there are, self-managing. You want to maximize those profits, but there are some investors that do find value in using an on-site property manager or even perhaps an off-site property manager. Now, how do you handle difficult guests who threaten bad reviews, and what advice would you give self-managing owners in these types of situations?
Well, I think you should always reply. You have to reply to reviews, right? Like you have to address them, and you have to refrain, I think, from trying to one up the party.
No
right?
doubt.
Because and you see that.
Oh, that's
see that
horrible.
sometimes, So no, I mean, you have to be professional and friendly. You have to address the issue.
Yeah.
You have to address it, hopefully correct whatever it was in some manner.
Yeah.
But make them feel valued and heard.
No doubt.
Because really you're addressing that person, but you're addressing all the people that are reading that.
It could be 1,000 more people in the next 5 years.
And they're looking at, again, what your response is, right? Everybody has a challenge. They could, a guest might put a review out there that the unit was dirty, let's say.
Yeah.
But what it goes back to what I said is now people watching are going to say, well, but how did they reply to that? How did they address it?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
How did they handle it?
So ultimately, what making them feel value and heard. I know that I heard you say that, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. You also mentioned the word professional. You never get the opportunity to take your CEO hat off.
Correct.
Not in public.
Correct.
Not if you want to do this business and survive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ultimately, if we take it to a higher level, or maybe another way to say what you're saying, as a CEO that is self-managing a short-term vacation rental property business in the public eye, you are learning to steward reputation. They're reading those comments.
Correct.
And they're going, that guy sounds like a hothead.
Right.
I don't want him to treat me like that. If I'm complaining about coffee not being in the coffee station,
right.
I think I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't want to rent this unit because
you're learning.
Yeah,
exactly. I read this one and this one. That's all I needed to hear. I don't want to rent his unit. I don't care how nice it is, because I don't want to deal with him if I have an issue.
Correct.
And as opposed to somebody else who made a person feel valued, made them feel heard, did their best to handle it, to work it out in a fair way. That's going to go a lot further, and that's going to give you the kind of reputation that people are going to be looking for when they want to do business.
Correct. Yep. Well said.
I've got a power-packed video filled with the information that you need to crush short-term vacation rentals in Myrtle Beach Oceanfront condos. Click the screen now to watch the interview with Mickey McGreevy.